Hi everybody, I'm Laura Jean. Welcome to my page, Laura Jean's Wreath Room. You are on the right page for those that have been following me. I got my old page name back, so I got to take the I am off of it. You are following the right page, Laura Jean's Wreath Room. Yay, I got my original name back. Hi, Dawn Marie. Hey, Michael. Hello, hello. So, we'll let a few more people jump on. Hi, Margaret. Hi. Oh, it's warm. It's warm in this room. So, it's very warm in here. I thought I lowered that. Hi, Julie. Hey, Sherry. Hello, hello, everybody. Hi, Sandra. So I'm going to make a fake Halloween cake, and I seen this on Pinterest, so it's not my idea. I usually copy cakes on Pinterest because they're so cute and there's so many. I have like, I don't know, 100 cakes in my phone that I want to make, but I'll never get to that many cakes. Hi, Margaret. I'm good. How are you? Hi, Tracy. Hi, Diane. How are you, sweetie? So I did prep some of this, guys, because you don't need to see me paint. Painting is boring. So we're going to do a small cake, 2-tier. And this cake form is an 8x8. So the bottom one is an 8x8 and this one is a 6x6. And then I painted both of these gray. So the color I used was dolphin gray, but it's more on the bluish side. I mean, I know it looks gray. It's like a bluish gray. So I mixed a little bit of black and a little bit of white in this dolphin gray to get this color. So I did go ahead and do 2 coats on here because, again, watching me paint is boring. And, oh, where's the other thing I painted? And then I took I don't know if it's dry yet. Let me see. This is just a Dollar Tree foam board, and I can see it's still wet in some places. This is just the Dollar Tree foam board. So I cut a circle out. Cut a circle. And I just used a plate, paper plate. Now I do have cake forms, but they were too big or too small. So I just cut one out and made one, and I painted it black. Remember when you're going to paint your Dollar Tree foam boards, you want to peel, and I'm not going to peel the paper off the back because it makes it more stronger. Once you peel both sides, this gets very, hi Christelle, how are you, sweetie? This gets brittle. Not brittle, but, you know, not as strong. But when you paint these, because if you paint this, your paper's going to start warping, and you just got to peel the paper off before you paint. Okay, so I peeled the paper off and I painted it black. And this one is, it's about 11 by 11. And also, if you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling the love, spreading the love, you know, share, I'd really appreciate it. I know we're not supposed to say that, but I think it's so stupid. Thank you, Christelle. I'd appreciate it. It just helps people find me. And don't forget, if you haven't liked my page, go ahead and do so. All right, so we're going to get focused. So I did make some oranges, or not oranges, pumpkins. They're orange. Hold on, I got to get, that's still drying. I just didn't want to paint things and have the blow dryer on the whole time I'm chatting. So we're going to make, now I did prep some of my pumpkins ready, but I'm going to show you how I made them. I'll make one. And then that way you'll know how to make them if you're going to make this cake. Hi Nadine. Hey Brenda. Hi Lourdes. Okay, so we're going to grab orange. We're going to grab some Crafty Chicks foam clay. Got a bunch of this, guys. If you need it, go ahead. It's in my shop. I don't have a moderator tonight because Kara, I was like, what's her name? She's gonna kill me. My best friend. Kara fell and hurt her wrist. So, thank you, Christine. This was my daughter. She cleaned out her closet. So I went through the bag of clothes she was getting rid of and I pulled this out. It's a little big, but it's cute. Isn't it cute? I got some sweaters from her. I got brand new clothes I don't even wear, and I'm over here wearing her leftover clothes. Isn't that funny? All right, so you want to make sure you're conditioning your foam clay, okay, so it doesn't crack on you. Just warming it up. This stuff is very, very stretchy. It's very light, but you still want to condition it and warm it up. It did work out nicely for me. She had a big old bag too. All right, so you're just going to grab a piece, and again, you can do your pumpkins any shape. Some of them are tall, some of them are flat and round, but I'm just going to do a ball. Roll out a ball. And then I'm going to take, you can use a butter knife. I got these tools from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to use this little flat tool. And I'm going to start right in the center, and I'm just going to make a line. So I'm going to start at the center, and I'm going to indent the line down. See that? And then we're going to space it again, indent it down. Do it again, indent it down. And I'm going to go over it again. You really want to make good indents, deep ones, because this does shrink when it dries. So you don't want your lines to shrink up. So I do a nice deep indent. So it looks like that. So then I just flatten it down a little. Then I'm going to take a little bit of apple green. I just grabbed a green. You can use whatever green you want. I'm using apple green. You only need a teeny tiny piece. I wish my comments would stop. She'll be okay. Her hand just hurts. She's very clumsy, guys. Kara's very clumsy. Hi, Debbie. So I'm just going to roll a ball. No, that wasn't a ball, looking more like an egg, but roll a ball, and then I'm just gonna, on one side, make it skinnier, kind of like a teardrop. And this is probably too much clay for this. Let me take a little off. Now you could do long and twirly, so you kind of want, like a teardrop. It's fatter on the bottom, skinnier as it goes up. But you can do them twirly. I'm trying to get that whimsical look. Then you're just going to stick it. I think it's still too long. Hold on. Let me take a little more off. And then I'm just going to stick that right on there. You don't have to use green. You could use whatever color you want. You could use black. And you got yourself a little pumpkin. So then what I did... Now, these are so dry, and I made these a little while ago because it's Halloween. Hi, Jessie. How are you, sweetie? Hi, Colleen. Hey, Nancy. I'm making a Halloween cake. Lord, nice to see you have your name back. I know, Nancy. I'm so excited. I fought Facebook. I just kept trying to log in, and the hacker, even though Facebook kept trying to give me my page back, the hacker's faster than me and would get in it before me. So I just kept logging in, trying to log in, and Facebook got sick of it and said, they gave me it back and said, you have up to this much time to log into it, or they were going to delete it. So normally I would keep trying to log in, but I know the hacker's just going to take it back. So I just left it, and they finally deleted it so I could get my name back. Yay! Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, because I wanted it to look a little more Halloween-y, is I'm just using a black marker, and I'm just going to go right in between the lines. So you're just gonna darken those lines up with your black marker. Like that. Okay? So that's how I did the pumpkins. Let me put this back. Can you see my comment? Hi Elvira. Hi Paula. My wreath. Oh, good, Paula. I'm glad you got your wreath. Good, yay. How are you? I'm trying to see what Ann asked me. Oh, Ann, I'm making a Halloween cake. I can see you, Ann. I'll see you, girl. Don't forget, if you need foam clay, it's in the shop. All right. So now what I painted the, let me throw that little piece in. Make sure you're sealing these bags nice and good, getting all the air out. All right. So again, like I said, I painted these gray already. It's 8x8, 6x6. And then we did the foam board black. That was an 11x11. So these are going to go on here. And so this is going to look like a castle. So what I did is I made a bunch of little pieces with my gray foam clay. And I'll show you how I did that in a second. Actually, we'll do it right now. Elvira, this is in my shop. Laura Jean's Wreath Room on Etsy. Actually, let me grab a bunch of it. And I hope I made enough. Yep, we have lots of clay in there. I've already relocated this clay 3 times in my house. Yes, Gianna, I love, Gianna, I couldn't remember the name of your shop. What is it? What is the name of your shop? I gotta show these. I love these. Aren't these so cute? Wait, Gianna, you gotta tell me. So I can tell people. Look how cute those are. Aren't they adorable? They're so perfect. Gianna, I was trying to, oh Jesus, clay past, I can't say it. Patisserie? I don't know how to say it. You guys, I can't say it. You guys know I can't pronounce things. Anyways, look at Gianna's comment. It's Pattisserie. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce things. Aren't they so cute? Wait. So I've been practicing doing gingerbreads, which look nothing like this, by the way. She is using a different clay, though. Look at how perfect her gingies are. Look at that hat. Okay, so I was trying to use hers as a reference, not making them just like hers, because, but I was like, oh dear Lord, mine are a hot mess. I mean, look at the little shirt and the apron. Aren't they perfect looking? She definitely knows how to do these. Those take practice. I'm not that skilled yet. But make sure you check her out. It's clay, however you say that word. You know what? I'll share her shop on my page after the live, so you guys can go check it out. Yeah, I'll share your Etsy. I'll put it in comments because Etsy or Facebook hates when we make people leave Facebook. So I'll put the name of her shop, and then the shop link will be in comments. All right. So again, you want to condition your clay. They're so cute, though. I love them. Love them. Margaret, you're frozen? Try going out and coming back in. Are you guys freezing? All right, so condition the clay. We're going to roll this out. I'm going to flatten it down. Now, I didn't want them really thick, but I didn't want them really thin. So these are like the bricks to the castle, okay? So I'm just going to roll it out. Jesus, it's very thick. And I already did mine, so I'm just showing you how I did them. And then I just cut off like the little end pieces. And then I made, I don't know, how wide are these? I really just didn't even pay attention. I just kind of went for it. They're about 1/2 inch. So I just made lines with my ruler, just like this. Make sure they're about the same width. I just eyeball. I never measure. I ain't got time for that. Then I cut the line straight on each end. And then I just made like bricks. And the bricks are about, hold on, let me look. They're about 1 inch long. So they're a 1/2 inch thick and 1 inch long. And then you just pick them up. And I take my little scissors, these, and I just kind of shape them out a little better if they're not right. Now, this is just because I don't need to make them. So I just want to show you how I made them. And then you're just going to separate them all. These are still sticking. Separate them somewhere on a parchment paper, somewhere, and let them dry. I also went over them with the paint because that's the gray clay. But like I said, see the color difference? So I wanted them to be the same color because my gray had a bluish color to it. So I just made a whole bunch of little bricks. And I just rolled it out and used my ruler. So oh, I forgot to turn on my glue gun. Well, it's going to take a minute to warm up. What else do we got to do? Son of a gun. I forgot. Let's do the door. We'll do the door and windows. So, and actually we're going to have to paint more stuff. So what I'm going to do right now is on the top one, I'm going to make a window. So I'm going to take black paint. Let me get my little tray. I'm going to take some black paint and a brush. Let's see. I'm not crazy about my brushes. I have new ones. I just don't use them. I don't know why. And I'm going to paint a door. Or actually, this is like a window. I'll show you as soon as I'm done painting it. I painted most of the cake form, but I didn't do this part. So now you guys get to sit here and watch me paint. Isn't it exciting? I'm trying not to shake. I did pencil where my window was going. Don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. That's what I say. Now your window doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be covering up the sides of it. So I'm going to do like that shape. So I'm going to set that one down, and I'm going to move over to this one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 2 windows because we're going to have a door in the middle and a window on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the windows black, and again, I did pencil where they're going in so I know where I wanted them. Oh, it's so warm in here. Today was nice out. It's like fall today. It's 70 degrees today and very breezy. I had the doors open earlier and I was freezing. And then I walked in here and I was like, oh, it's warm. Which was nice because I was cold. But now I'm sweating. Now I'm getting hot. Alright, so there's one window. It's a little crooked. Don't worry about it. Then I'm going to go on the other side and do another window. This one looks like it's penciled in way bigger. Try to make your windows the same size. And I'll hit this with a blow dryer so I don't touch it. Is anybody watching the Netflix series Sandman? Anybody? Oh my god, I love that show. Well, it's a series. It's pretty good. Okay, so we got like the two windows. The door will be in the middle. I should have brought water in, and I didn't. Alright, so let's start putting the castle together. So, again, I have these bricks, and I did not paint the back of them. I'll do that later. Oh, I forgot to paint the back. Hi, Karen. Me and my mom are watching you, girl. Do your thing. Oh, hi, Mom. Hi, Jesse's mom. So I'm going to take my glue, and we're going to go around it. So I'm going to glue this down right in the front. Right on the edge. Now, I did paint the front. I did not paint the back, but I can hit this after it dries. Hi, Tina. I'm making a Halloween cake. So the next one, you're going to have one tall and one short. So I'm going to cut this in half because I need one short. Because I did them all the same size. So we can cut them down as we go. So I'm going to put one next to it that's short. And I'll do another long one, and then I'll hold it up for you to see what I'm talking about. You guys get to watch me glue all these pieces on. Yay! See? So you want one tall, one short, one tall, one short, one tall, one short, all the way around. Oh, I hate glue webs. Get off me. They're touching me. I feel like I'm going to melt. I'm melting. Oh, I can't stand the feeling of the glue web touching me. I can't explain it. I know I nag about it all the time. You're probably like, yes, Laura, we know. I can't help it. It's going to take forever because I got to wipe the glue webs off. I can't do it. Get off me. Get on there. Don't touch me. See, it's starting to look like a castle. So you're going to do that all the way around. Are your bricks made of clay? Yes, Tina. Yes, they are made of the foam clay. I used gray, but I had to paint over it. I had to paint over it because I painted that, but I got to paint the back of them. Because the gray paint that I used was not the same color as my foam clay. So I did paint them. I got tons and tons of these. I didn't know how many I needed, so I just made a bunch. So what have you guys all been working on? Oh, I gotta show you what I did for this Saturday's tutorial in Two Crafty Chicks. My tutorial for this Saturday. Oh my god, I almost forgot. I gotta promote. I haven't posted pictures of it yet, which I need to do. Hold on, let me finish the top and then I'll go grab it. If I remember. Y'all know how my memory is. Now, I did these earlier so they would dry out. That's too big. So they stand up nice and straight. They'll still stand though, I think. Get off me. You're leaning a little bit. It's the leaning castle. Is this exciting or what? I should have did most of this already, but then the tutorial would have been, or not the tutorial, the live would have been very quick. Stand up. Make sure you're wiping off any glue that you can see. Nope, I need towel. Oh, I can see all the glue webs. Someone needs to invent something, glue and a glue gun that doesn't have glue webs. Like watching paint dry. It really is. I'm sorry, guys. Normally I would prep all this stuff and just do a little bit. That's why I paint most of the things, because if I'm watching someone paint something, you're probably going to lose me and I'm going to jump off your page. So I understand if you guys jump. Oh, people did jump off. Lost like 20 people already. That's right. Maybe they'll come back when I'm done doing this part. We still have another whole cake to do it too. Dear Lord. I should have did this top one at least. And I'm going to have two next to each other that are the same size. That's right. All right. It's starting to look like a castle. Let me go grab that balloon. I'm going to show you it. I just told you what it was, but hold on. Because I know I'll forget. I'll forget. Oh, baby. Reach it. So, this is the tutorial I did for Two Crafty Chicks. Oh, let me pull this up. I made a big, huge air balloon. It's like 3 feet tall. Isn't it cute? And it's got little gingies on it. So there's like 3 gingies, 4 gingies down in the basket. There's one up on top. And I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to add a little bit of rope because on one of my seams right here, I didn't push it all the way in. See how it's dent? That bugs me, that little dent. So I'm going to have a Gingy climbing down the rope, holding on right there like he's climbing down to the basket. Because I messed that up. Isn't it so cute? This thing took me days. It's got little Gingies in there. So this will be this Saturday's tutorial in 2 Crafty Chicks. All right, let me hang it back up. No, you can't come in here. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I don't know if I can reach that. Oh, okay. Stay, Booker. Thank you. Sorry guys, I had to hang it back up. I had to climb on the chair. Okay. Isn't that so cute? I love that. That also was on Pinterest. Hi Wilhelmine, how are you, sweetie? Jesse, that was on, I seen that on Pinterest. Now I always go look on Pinterest to look for things to make. Alright, so let's just do the bottom part of this castle. You guys can keep me company while I'm doing this boring stuff. That's too much on there. I'm going to wipe some off on this one. Glue it. I'm sorry guys, I really should have, I didn't think about you guys watching me do all this. Happy to catch you live. Please me what time? Oh, Connie, I bought, if you message me, just message me on Messenger, I'll send you the link. I have an Amazon affiliate link for it because I have to go back and look at my Amazon account. I got it on Amazon, but I don't know exactly. It doesn't say a brand name or anything, but I love this glue gun. And it comes with different tips and you can control the temperature. It doesn't say any name on it. Oops, there goes my list. But, message me and I will, send you the link. Alright. Back to the castle. What's underneath me? Okay. I'm just going to try to go really fast. So, I'm not going to be looking up at the comments for a minute because this is boring to watch. And I got glue. Get out there. Cut some of these in half. Hi, Alice. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. So remember, we're just doing tall, small, tall, small, tall, small. Excuse me. I got a tickle. I put that one in upside down. I have a tickle in my throat. Hi, Benita. Hello, hello. Listen, this is going to be cute. You just got to have a little patience with me. We're going to get to the cute stuff in a minute, I think. We're almost halfway there. Oh, the glue webs are killing me right now. I see them everywhere. I have to get them if I see them. I cannot leave them. It's like an obsession. They're just so clingy. Okay, I'll stop. Just yell at me. Say, Laura, leave them alone. You guys, I still have to put my, actually I'm going to try to do that after tonight, after my live. I got to finish my giant ring pop, because I still have not put that video on YouTube. I swear, I'm such a procrastinate. I procrastinate everything lately. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't even think I can put Christmas up because I'm afraid Booker's going to try to eat everything. I don't know. He's going to think every ball ornament in the Christmas tree is a play ball or a toy. We'll see. He's taken over the house. Oh. We still gotta make other things. Oh, shoot. You guys might want to just watch the replay and fast forward. I figured this would be easy to do, but it is easy. It's just a little time consuming to put all these little pieces on. Which I guess I didn't think about. Thinking's not my strong suit. You guys, I have very exciting news to share. It honestly is a miracle. I put my laundry away. If you could only see my laundry. So my husband's been doing the laundry. But he doesn't put my clothes away. He puts them in a laundry basket in the closet. And I live out of that basket. I dump everything on the floor, find what I want to wear, and shove everything back into the basket. Because I hate putting laundry away. Okay, that basket was bad. I put him away. It's like a miracle. I hate putting laundry away. Hate it. I hate putting laundry away. I hate cleaning toilets. And I hate ironing. Those are my 3 things I hate the most. All right, let's see. Yay. Oh, get off me. Alright. I should just hit this with the blow dryer real quick. Where is it? I'm going to hit this with the blow dryer real quick to get these glue webs off, so hold on. blow dryer. The blow dryer doesn't really work, people. I don't know why you always say that. I don't know why y'all say that. I still see glue webs. Alright. This is my castle and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so we got all the castle parts on there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to glue this big one down to the bottom one. I'm going to put this towards the back. So I'm not going to glue it right in the middle. I'm not going to glue it right in the middle. I'm going to glue it so the cake form is to the back of the foam board. So I'm just going to go ahead and smack some glue on here. And line it up. Push it down. Push that down. See, there's still glue webs everywhere. Maybe I don't do it long enough. That's probably it. Alright. So before I do that one, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to now have to build the little bricks that go around the window. So thank God I made a bunch of these ones. Actually, let me just pull all these over here so I don't have to keep reaching for them. And I'm going to cut these in half. I might even cut them smaller. Actually, I'm going to cut them in half and then I'm going to cut them again. So I'm going to cut them in half. And they can be different sizes. They all don't have to be the same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually I think I'm going to cut them one more time. I kind of want them small. Like just little square pieces. We're going to glue those around the whole top and side of the window. Okay? So I'm going to start gluing them on. And actually, I'm going to just cut a bunch. And then I'm going to just follow it with the glue. Alright, so I'm gonna take my glue and I'll start one line on the side first and start gluing them down. Oh, these glue. I see the glue webs. I'm going to hold it up in 1 second. So let me finish it. Oh, that's way too big. That's way too big. I don't like that one. That one's a little big too. Don't like that one. They were too big. Hold on. My glue's dry now. I had to cut some more down. Little teeny squares. Let me pick that glue off. one's too big too. No. So you're gonna go ahead, oh, I can't take these glue webs, and glue them around your window. All right, and then we'll put a ledge across the bottom once we finish the windows. So we're gonna move to the next window. Let's move to the next window. Oh my God, you guys, hold on. I can't. Oh, that one's backwards. Well, I'll just paint it. Are you guys excited? I don't know if this is worse than watching someone paint. Get off me. Let me cut some more. We need more. So, yeah, there's a couple things I still want to do to that balloon. I love to like find things and challenge myself, because I just go to Pinterest and look at the picture, and then I have to figure out how to make it. So that balloon was a project. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Colleen. It's getting there slowly. I think I'm always trying to rush. And, you know, sometimes you just can't rush. You just can't rush certain things. I need a skinny, skinny, skinny one. Alright, so we got both the windows. Now we're going to do the door. So the door, we're going to break out. We're still going to need these. Let me cut up some more before we get to the door, because these little pieces are going to go around the door too. Around the door. All right, let me set those aside. All right, so get in there. I'm going to use reddish brown. And this is going to be the door. The door is reddish brown to the castle. Hi, Audrey. I am making a Halloween cake I seen on Pinterest. All right, condition your clay. It's getting warm in here. So this is reddish brown. I had the light coffee color, but a lot of the bags when they came were dried out, so I had to throw 31 bags away. That really sucked. All right, so just condition it. My hands are dirty. They should be clean because it'll suck right into that. But I need to make the door, so I'm gonna just roll it, and I'm gonna have to guesstimate the size. guesstimate it. And I'm going to take I'm just going to guesstimate and try to cut the size of the door. I'll hold it up to look in a second. It's way too big. Yeah, it's gigantic. That's too fat. Oh, my tools aren't cutting. I bought a small pizza cutter to cut with too, because that works really well. All right, let me see. I'm just gonna, it's gotta be cut right here. I don't measure things, guys. I just hold it up and look. Yes, you can use the clay in a mold. Of course you can. All right. So that's going to be the door, like that shape, okay? But we're going to put lines in it to make it look like wood. And actually, maybe we should just cut it into... I'm gonna cut these separate. Do I want to cut them separate? No, let's just do a line. A line. 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 No, I'm not going to do another line. I'm going to do them a little bit deeper. And I'm going to take my little tool here, and I'm going to do very light lines over it, so it gives it that wood kind of look. I think. I don't know. And this side's a little big, so I'm gonna cut off this little corner. Right here. So that's gonna be the door. Looks like a Kit Kat. So I'm gonna put, now I should be using, because the clay is still not dry, super glue or tacky glue, but I'm just going to use this because I'm out of tacky glue, and my daughter never brought me back my super glue she borrowed. And I didn't think about it till just now. So I'm just going to put this right here and push down. I mean, my door's a little thick. Could have been thinner. It's a big door. That's my door to the castle. And I think I'm going to do bigger. I'm going to take these full ones, because I cut the other ones too small. I'm going to make these ones around the door a little bigger than the windows. So let me cut them. Let me put this away. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. It's getting there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna cut. I put my door on not very straight either. All right, I'm gonna cut these ones in half, so they'll be 1/2-inch pieces. That one's too thin, I can tell. You kind of want them as thick as the door. And then I'm going to glue those around the door, just like we did the window. That's too big. That one's too big. Let me cut these down just a little more for the top. Door's a little thick, and it could have came down a little. It's a little big. It's a giant door. So I'm just going around the door with the brick. Hi, Gloria. Hello, hello. So, we got our castle door. Oh, I forgot. We got to do a piece of wood across the door. I need one more piece of brown. I'm just going to put like a board that goes across the door. I'm going to be cleaning glue webs off this thing forever. So, just roll a piece. How long is that door? I'm going to roll a piece to the length of the door. About right here, and I'm just going to flatten it down. Flatten it down like a board. Make it square. And then I'm going to run some lines again through it to make it kind of look like wood. Well, that's the goal. And then I'm going to stick this right across the door. Just like that. Okay. We got us a castle door. We can do with a little handle on it. But let's do the little gray ledges. Gray. Let's do the little gray ledges. Hi, Vicki. How are you? The foam clay is in my Etsy shop, and my Etsy shop is Laura Jean's Reefer. Laura Jean's Reefer is my legal business name. Two Crafty Chicks is a group, is a paid design group with me and Juliana. All right, so we're gonna make the little ledge for the window. So again, I'm just gonna roll out, take a piece off, roll it like a log. Again, get the measure, how long you need it. And again, I don't measure, I just hold it up and look. I kind of wing a lot of things, guys. I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna cut it about right here. Again, flatten this down. Make it square on the ends. So we have a little window ledge. It's just a flat piece. So I'm going to line it up right under my window. And I have to paint this because remember I painted this clay. So I'll paint this. I could paint it now. You can paint this stuff when it's wet, but I'm not going to because I had to mix the colors. So now you have a little ledge to your window. So let's do the other side. Did you see that when I turned? Oh, there's just glue. I caught, there's a delay on the camera and I see glue web hanging off. Okay, so again, put a little bit more in here. Let's make a ledge. Flatten it down. Let's cut the end. So your windows have little ledges and we have a door. All right. So, oh, I'm stuck. All right, so we're gonna also take little pieces of the clay and make circles, like little circle discs. So I'm just gonna take a small ball and then I'm gonna flatten it. Just like that. Just a little circle, flat circle. And I'm gonna place a few of these around here too. So I'm just again gonna grab some glue and we're gonna place little circles around the castle. Oh, get up there, glue up. Little circles, okay? Sorry, I got obsessed with the glue up. All right, so I'm gonna do a few more of those. We're not doing a bunch of them, but I do want some of them on here. Let's do some near the door. Small. So I did 3 up near the corner of the door. Did I drop something? I did. All right, so we're gonna place just a couple more. Now remember, they're a different color because I painted. I'll paint these tomorrow, or I'll just leave them. No, I'll paint them. All right, so you're gonna just do that all the way around. Okay, so you got those little rocks on the castle. Now we're gonna do. I I need to finish around this door. We'll do this real quick. Let's glue it on. I should have had one of these cakes done already, and then just did one of them, which I normally would have done. But obviously today was not a thinking day. It's just one of those days. So we're just going around the door, or the window. I'm sorry, this is a window. These are too big. They're too big. Too big and too small. Okay, so we got that around. Oh, glue web's crazy. Got it around. Now we're going to do the little ledge. Let's do the little ledge. Thank you, Karen. I need a bigger piece because that's kind of a bigger window. Condition that real quick. I wish the comments would stop disappearing. Alright, flatten that down. Oh, it's too thick. It's too thick. I'm just going to stick this right along the bottom. And now we have the little window ledge. And I'm going to do the little circle things like we did on the other one. Well, like I did. Not we. You're just watching. I give y'all credit. All right, let's do a couple on here. So you just want to randomly place them around. I'll just do that many for now. I'll put more. I'll finish the back of this when I'm not live. All right, so we got the little circle rocks on there. Now we're going to glue this down to the bottom cake. If I get all the glue ups off me. Let's move this over. There's glue webs everywhere. Whew, it's hot in here. Alright, so I'm going to glue this one on top. And again, this cake form is going to go towards the back, okay? You want to push it as far back as you can get it. This window ledge is a little thick. I don't like how thick this is. I'm going to do a different one. Hold on, I'm going to pull some of this off. I don't like how thick that was. It was too thick. Too thick, too thick. No, it's probably too thin, too thin. I'm going to put a little bit of glue there to help hold it for now. And one of my little pieces fell off. Oh, come on, come on. All right, so I'm going to glue this right on top, and I'm going to push it to the back, just like that. You do want to use low temp glue when you're putting glue on styrofoam. Line it up. Push it down. So this is what we have so far. It's a little castle cake. So now we're going to take some of the pumpkins that I made, showed you earlier, and we're going to place them on there. I have to finish putting some black marker on some of them, so let me do that right now. One. All right, one more. Okay, we're going to place these around the the castle. But wait a minute, before we put them on, we're going to make a couple ghosts. And I want to see one thing. Hold on. I know I'm not going to do it there. I know they're in there. I was going to grab my little eyeballs because I have eyeballs in all different sizes, but we'll just have to make them. So, let's do some ghosts. I gotta wash my hands first though, because I don't want to get black on the whites. Oh, get off me. Oh, it's marker, that's why. It's mocha. It's mocha. Alright, let's grab some foam clay, because we're going to make a couple little ghosts to put on the castle. I'm just going to pull out a bunch. I'll fold that up after. All right, let's condition this. Oh my God, really? Fulton's like 10 minutes up the street. I'm right next to Fulton. I'm in Baldwinsville. Get out, Wilhelmine. Who's your friend? Does she craft? Does she want to be my friend? No kidding. My best friend used to live in Fulton. 10 minutes up, then she moved to Arizona. Oh, Wilhelmine, I'm going to have to steal your friend. Does she like to craft? I cannot find one person to come here and craft with me. Nobody. My daughter won't. Nobody wants to craft. It's like, what is wrong with you people? Hi, Kelly. Yes, you're way late, girl. All right. So again, you want to condition this. Oh my God, Fulton's like literally 10 minutes up the street. All right. So I'm just going to grab a piece because we're going to make some ghosts. Actually, let's do a little eyeballs first. We're just going to do... I'm going to take two pieces. I'm going to take a piece, roll it like a log. Then I'm going to separate that so they're even. We want even eyeballs. Roll, push it down. So I got two little circles, that's it, two circles. And then we're going to put a little black dot in those circles. Black. Did I take black? I didn't put black out here. I thought I had black out. No. No. Let me grab black. I thought I had it out. See it now. Uh-oh. Where's black? There it is. Where did Wilhelmine go? She's not telling me. Oh, she wants to... bread pudding from... Oh, she wants bread pudding from the Beeville Diner. She lives down here with me. Aw, come on! I got so excited! Oh, that's awesome. So you're in Virginia? Alright, so I'm going to put a little black dot. Making little eyeballs. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Small world, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to take these little eyes. Let's flatten them a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to take the little eyes. They might be a little big. But whatever. I don't care. I'm going to do, and we're going to glue them in the windows. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I can't sing. Yeah, they're a little big, but who cares? I don't care. See? So you got little ghost eyes in the window. So do those in your window. Let's do the other window. Oh, glue webs. Killing me. Killing me. It's killing me. Alright, so again... Get a piece, roll it, separate it. I'm going to separate that again because those were big. These are still too big. I don't care. It's one eye, two eye. One eye's bigger than the other. It's got a lazy eye. One's got a lazy eye, okay? I have a lazy eye. Lately, I have a lazy everything. Alright, let's glue this one in the other window. Hi, Karen. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Okay, again, two little dots of glue for your two eyeballs. Push that down. My eyes are really big. They should be a lot smaller. It's okay. So we got The little ghost eyeballs in the window. To the window. No, okay. All right. Come on down here and craft with us, right? Girl, I might. I could do a trip. I'm going to Texas in October though, October 1st. All right, what else we gotta do? Oh, the ghosts. Let's do some ghosts. All right, so I'm just gonna take a piece. I don't want gigantic ghost. Well, maybe the top one can be big. Oh, did I just get black in there? I did. Let's pull that out. All right, we'll do a bigger one on top. So I'm just gonna, again, condition your clay. Hi, Bunny. How are ya? Yes, you guys are very late. Oh, we can go to the beach. Girl, message me. All right. Condition your clay. Then I'll just roll a ball. Now, I haven't made these. I've seen people make them, and I'm like, oh, those are easy. Let's see. Oh, you'll be in Texas in October. Texas is so big, girl, though. I'm sure you're going to be somewhere that's fun. Kara's way in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to see Kara. Are you going to Craft X? We were supposed to go to the fair, but she said the fair's like 6 hours away. I was like, do we really want to drive 6 hours there and 6 hours back? The fair's going on here. We're going this Saturday. All right. So I'm just going to roll one end of the ball. Okay? So it looks like a teardrop. This might be a little big, but again, I'm not the best at these things, okay? I'm going to push it down. And then what do you guys do? You just pull on this. Let's give it a little twirly thing. I'm just going to stretch it, kind of twirl it. Twirl it, twirl it. Push that down. I'm going to flatten it a little. Little flat. To the window. So this is going to be my ghost. So we're going to make some eyes. Come on, stand up straight. Let's make some, I'm not crazy about his little twirly thing. All right, let's make some eyes. So again, the same exact thing. We're going to do the white eyeballs. Or you could even do black and then the white dot. Did I do those right? Yeah. They're ghosts. They got white. I'm sorry, my comments are gone. Okay. Let's grab a small piece of black. I'm just going to steal a piece out of here. You only need a teeny tiny piece. And stick those on your ghost. Just like that. And then you could take black or a marker. Actually, I'm just going to do the marker because it's right next to me. I'm just going to draw a mouth. Or you could just use your black. Just a little tiny mouth. Probably should have used my foam clay. Alright, so we're going to set this one up on top. Right up here. And push it down. So I got him up on top. And then I'm going to put 2 pumpkins next to him. Let me glue those. I don't like his mouth, but I already did it. Alright, so we're going to do a smaller ghost that's going to sit, we're going to do a ghost that's going to sit right in front of that window. So that one can't be huge. Hi, Juliana. Hi, Donna. I'm live. I know I was supposed to go yesterday. You guys, I'll either be live on Wednesday. I say Wednesdays, then I say Thursdays. If I'm not live on Wednesday, it's going to be Thursday, but I'll let you know. All right, so Juliana's good at these ghost things. She's the one that makes them look everything so easy. So roll it. Again, condition it, but I don't remember if I did or not. Roll it the one end so it gets skinnier. It's like a teardrop. And then I'm just going to pull. And I'm just going to give my ghost a little dippy, like that. I'm going to push down a little bit and flatten it. Let's see, is she too big? No. Maybe a little. Let me cut this down a little more. Just like this. All right, and then do your eyes. My eyes are a little big. I keep doing them too big. That's right, though. They might have had a thyroid condition. We don't know. Alright, so again, take a little black dot, put it in the eye. And I'll use the black to make his mouth. So I'm just going to roll out a small strip of the black and give him a little bit of a smile. Okay, and we're going to place that one right in front of the window. So I'm just going to hit a little bit of glue on here. And I'm going to set him right in the window. I want them a little flatter though. Alright, so that's what we got so far. Let's do, I'm going to put a small pumpkin. Let's see, I might have to make more pumpkins. These might be too big. I'm going to put a pumpkin next to the door or the window. Like that. And I wanted one on the other side, but I think they're too big. No, I'll squeeze it in there. We'll squeeze it in. We'll make it work. All right. So we got a pumpkin on each side with our ghost. And then we're going to do a bottom ghost right in front of the door. Oh, glue whips. Let's do a bottom ghost in front of the door. Thank you. It is cute. I thought it was cute. So I was like, I'm going to make that. And it looked, you know, it's not difficult. I'm just slow. And you got to prep things, guys. You got to prep it all out, glue it all on, paint. But it's pretty simple to make. So I wanted to do something that, you know, wasn't very hard to do. All right, so let's do a ghost. And I might put another pumpkin. I need to make more pumpkins. We need more pumpkins. Oh, wait, before we do the ghost, before we put the ghost down. All right, that's way too big. Before we put the ghost down, I got to do the sidewalk. I almost forgot. To the window. Okay, so that's going to be my bottom ghost. But before I do that, I need a little bit for the eye. Alright, this way. And we need to break the gray back out because we got to finish doing little circles. Now, you guys, I'm only showing you the front and sort of the sides, but you can bring these windows all the way around with the little eyes in it, and the windows all the way around, and then the little stones around the back too. But I'm just doing the front. All right, we need gray. So we're just gonna grab some gray. And remember to condition your clay. And make sure if you haven't shared, you make sure you share. Because sharing is caring, damn it. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Juliana. Kayla was throwing out clothes and I went through her bag. Oh, my little windowsill's falling. All right, so we're just gonna grab little pieces, and you could do like oblong. They don't have to be perfect circles, but we're just gonna do a bunch of different circles. Just make a shape and then flatten it down. Just roll a circle and then flatten it. Circle, flatten. Circle, flatten. All right, and then we're gonna make a sidewalk in front of the castle door. So we're just gonna come over here. And I'm gonna lay these down for now. I gotta get some tacky glue. So we're just stacking them next to each other like a sidewalk. See, just like that. So we're going to do that all the way across where the door is. And actually, you could just roll it and then flatten it right on your board. Oh, look on my finger. If they want to stick to my finger. Get off my finger. That's because I don't have nothing down. Stay. Stay, darn it. They won't let you share. So, Juliana, did you see me on the wall or are you on my actual page? A lot of times it won't let you share. I don't know from the wall. So I click and go right to the person's page. I go right to the person's page, their business page, and then you can share. A lot of times lives won't do that. A lot of times you'll be live and I have to go right to your wall, right to your business page, and then find the live and share from there. I don't know why though, that's so weird. I'm like, where's the share button? This is not a private group. Yeah, isn't that weird? Yeah, because I've noticed that on a lot of lives. And I'm like, well, I'll just go to their page. And I will find it. I almost forgot to do this. Let go of my finger. Don't pull them all up. Ah! This is so cute. I almost was going to do a candy corn cake, which I'm sure I will. But I was like, nah, let's do a castle. Huh. Oops. I know, Facebook is so annoying. Like, you're a business, but you can't say share. Like, how are you supposed to grow? I don't get all these rules, and they constantly change it. Of course, I don't really follow the rules. That's how my page probably got hacked. My fault. Ah. Alright, I just got a few more. I made my door kind of big, so it's a bigger sidewalk. And I should glue them down, but I'm not. Oh, let go. Let go. Get off me. Oh, get off my finger. There you go. And I'm going to set a couple even on top of them. So I'm going to just make a couple more. So we have the little sidewalk. And then you want to go ahead and just place random ones around the black, you know, your bottom foam board. Just place random ones here and there. And again, around the castle too. Go ahead and finish putting them on the castle. Okay, so just placing random ones around. Then we're going to set the ghost. Is the ghost too big for that door? It is. I don't like how big this is. I'm going to do it again. Let me take some off. It's too big. Let me warm this back up. Thank you, Juliana. Thank you. I know, I feel like we always miss each other's lives. Alright. Just gonna pull this a little. I don't want a super big ghost. Just flatten it. I still think this is too thick. I don't know. I'm just going to do that. All right. Let's do his little face. Let's do the 2 circle eyes. And a little black for his mouth. Then we're just going to add a couple pumpkins and it is done. It only took me 2 hours. It's a pretty simple cake too. Wow. I am so slow. Let's give him a little bit of a mouth. We got our little ghost. I'm just going to set him right on those rocks. Kind of at an angle. Just like that. And then we're going to add some pumpkins. I only have 2 pumpkins made, so I can make a couple more. Ooh, I was going to add little bats, but I don't feel like it. Excuse me. All right, so let's glue in some pumpkins. Let's glue in here. Let's put one here. I want another pumpkin over here and another one on top. So I'm just going to do 2 more quick pumpkins and then I'm all done. And that's where they glue. So let's do kind of a big one for the top, smaller one for the bottom. All right. Don't forget, if you need some foam clay, you can pick it up at Laura Jean's Wreath Room in Etsy. We have lots of colors. Lots of colors. All right, so condition your clay. We're just going to do 2 quick pumpkins. Oh, they're so gray out. I'm going to make this one kind of like a longer looking, not as rounded. Those are the pumpkins I usually grab it when I'm carving pumpkins. That shape. So just grab it. Then you're just going to do your lines all the way down. Make sure you're putting them in pretty deep. Let's go ahead and do the small one. Look up. Yeah, the clay, it's not a sale. That's the price now. It's not a sale. That's the permanent price, sweetie. The clay went from $15.79 down to $13.79. And yes, it is. That's the normal. That's the price. And if you're in the group, you still can use your coupon. All right, let's do this one. Make those a little deeper. It's almost like you're slicing it. All right, let's get green. Oh, I wish the comments would stop going away. Oh, good, Donna. Good. Hi, Danita. Hey, girl, hey. So you're just going to roll a small green one. And I already did these when I first started. I just want little ones on here. Let's put that there. Let's put this one here. I'm going to get my marker and we're going to draw on those lines. It's still, I just pulled it. Stop it. I'm going to set that one on top. And this one will be down here. I'm just going to add a little glue on that. And I'm done. Maybe tomorrow I'll add bats to it. I just don't feel like it right now. I've been live too long right now. I was trying to do a short live and that never works. Whoa, I almost dropped it. So there it is. It's a Halloween ghost cake. Castle ghost cake. I don't like that the ghosts are lined right up. I should have put this one. I might move this one over to the side more. Well, I just noticed that they're all lined up. I don't like that. I should have off-centered them. But it's cute, right? Simple, easy breezy, cute. I might do like smaller little windows. Like that's a big window. I might do little smaller ones on each side. Cute. It came out cute. And you know what? It fits. It fits on my stand. My cakes are usually so big I can never get them to fit up there. I mean, the ghost I need a little more practice with. They came out okay. They're okay. I appreciate all of you hanging with me. I know that took forever. It's adorable though, it's very adorable. I don't like my ghosts though. So that's how you make a castle ghost cake. I'm gonna show you guys the air balloon, hot air balloon one more time. And if you want to learn how to make that, it'll be this Saturday's tutorial in Two Crafty Chicks. And it does have templates for it too. So let me grab it real quick. Let me unplug this glue gun though, because I don't want to forget that. Alright, hold on 1 second. Tissue. Let me clean up. It's so big. It's got a little Gingy. He's holding a lollipop on top. Isn't it cute? It's very big. I gotta get pictures of this. I've been trying to get pictures, but in the house they just so nice and red and bright in the house. It looks so dark. So I'm going to have to take this outside tomorrow because the pictures are not doing it justice. But it's very, I'm trying to get the little gingies. There's a gingy up on top holding a lollipop. I think I'm going to add a rope coming down and a gingy just to hide this seam. I really messed up the seam right here. It drives me nuts, that indent. Ugh. So I'm going to put a gingy sliding down the rope into the basket. Alright, so you can learn how to do that in Two Crafty Chicks. Let me hang it back up. I don't think I can reach it. Oh, crap. That came out really cute. I love that. It took me 3 tries. I made it twice and tore it apart and started it over. The 3rd time finally worked. Yeah. It's hard trying to figure out stuff in just a picture. But I did it. Thank you. It is huge, Danita. It's very big. It's 3 feet. It's 3 feet tall. From the bottom basket to the top gingerbread. But that'll be the Saturday's tutorial in Two Crafty Chicks. And I appreciate you guys hanging and sharing and caring and all of that. Sorry I missed last week. I got to take out actually the current month's. Oh, shoot. I got to do that when I get upstairs. I forgot to do that. Gotta take those out of the album. It's been a busy day. I'm trying to get my house back to me finishing it, and I don't want to. But it's never going to get done, and Christmas is around the corner, so I need to get a painting. Alright, so I'm going to hold this up one more time. Then I'm going to go feed my little Lewis, because he looks like he wants his food. I forgot to feed him before I went live. It's kind of late. Oh, minus the glue webs, guys, the glue webs. I think it came out cute. I love the little eyeballs in the windows. I think those are so cute. Alright, guys, I love you all. Now you have to make something else. You have more viewers. Well, I had more than that earlier, and then they all left when they watched me glue all the... Anyways, I'll be live again next Wednesday or Thursday. I'll announce the day Wednesday if I'll be live. Now I'll tell you it's Thursday. I love you guys. Thank you for staying on and chatting and hanging out. And I will see you all next week. Stay safe, be blessed, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, everybody.